Hey, welcome back to Meetings of Maverick. I'm your host Maverick, and right now we are going to be watching Dororo episode 12. So, last episode we left on another bit of a cliffhanger, right? You can even say like father, like son, because in episode 10 we left on a cliffhanger between Hyakkimaru and Tahoumaru, and last episode we left on a cliffhanger between Hyakkimaru and his father Daigo. So, it seems that they're going to meet for the first time, and it is going to be an actual confrontation because Daigo actually knows who Hyakkimaru is. On the other hand, we also have Dororo off chasing another child and apparently getting caught by the Asakura clan. So what's going to happen there? I guess it's going to be a parallel storyline, right? And also, well, I had a big kind of semi-discussion as to the morals of what Daigo was doing and what Hyakkimaru was doing, and whether or not Hyakkimaru getting his stuff, his, organs, limbs, senses back is for the best. Because you can actually look at it in two different situations. So, it'll be interesting to see if they actually touch on this within this episode as well, because we know that Daigo, even though he does have some more selfish ulterior motives, he also is not afraid to use some self-righteous reasons to justify his actions, right? So that'll be interesting to see as well. So without further ado, let's just get into the episode right now. And let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Ooh boy, are we actually gonna see some real action in this episode now? Yeah, it's just fulfilling his ambitions, right? If that was just simply that... Okay, yeah, they actually do say that the land thrive. Who are you? Alright, let me just skip this real quick and I'll see you guys in a second. Light it up, baby. Okay, so this is the last part of this arc. And since there's a lot of episodes left, I'm probably not going to resolve the situation here. Oh, if you really wanted to kill him, why didn't you just kill him from the beginning? Yeah, I think you're in even more of a predicament right now, Dororo. Oh, is this actually the referencing the opening scene? Because in the opening they did have a scene where Dororo was hanged upside down and being beaten up. Yeah, was kind of to be expected. Hmm. Cool. And you're scared, but then you want to meet your mother? Hmm. Hmm. Oh, he knows the whole story already? Hmm. What is Tahoumaru's reaction to this going to be? You probably, if the guards were half competent, they would just use him as hostage and friend to kill his life right then and there. Yeah. Hmm. You're awfully perceptive, actually. Hmm. Hmm. Son. Yeah. Okay, so they actually are going to go with this storyline. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Oh, Dororo? How are you able to find him? Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. I'm more interested in Tahoumaru. What are you going to do? Why do they all have this special swirl to them? Is she going to kill herself? That looked like a knife. Hmm. Son. Hmm. They're just like, get out! I actually really feel for Tahoumaru. This is not an easy decision. I'm not sure what I would have done in his position either. Like, ugh, it's so hard. The life of one versus the life of many. Wait, you're not. Oh, yeah, he didn't actually completely defeat them yet. Oh. Huh. Just like that? Alright. Hmm. Should you really be saying that in front of all these soldiers? Okay. So he's made his choice. Aww. And then the mom's going to show up at the very end, right? Hmm. Like I said, should you really be saying this in front of your whole army? Yeah, she's going to suicide. What? So, because of her mom forging with that goddess of mercy, they broke the wall, right? And the wall is a demon. So does Hyakkimaru gain another sense now? Yeah. Green. What does that mean? Ah. Dang, this is a good one. Whoever told me that this is going to be a good episode. No, I mean, I know who you are. You know who you are. You were right. I like this one. I'll see you guys in a second. And that was episode 12 of Dororo. And man, that was a great one. It had everything that I really wanted it to cover, wanted the series to cover, especially with all the hints that they had been dropping throughout the past few episodes in regards to how the land was starting to go bad again because Hyakkimaru was defeating all these demons and getting back his body and his senses. And so we get eventually the situation that we see here, right? I made this whole discussion about the morality of the issue in last episode, where, you know, it's really hard to weigh this, right? Like, I completely feel for Tahoumaru. This is not an easy decision to make. Like, it's whether or not Daigo is an asshole is irrelevant, right? Whether or not he's doing it because to satisfy his own ambition, if it is, then it is. If it's not, it's not. It doesn't really matter in this case, because what really matters is, you know, simple facts, right? If Hyakkimaru gets his way, people will start to suffer again. The land will suffer, and by extension, the people will suffer. People will die. However, in order for these people to continue surviving, to continue thriving, then Hyakkimaru has to continue living his life basically as a cripple. And just like that, he has to suffer, right? In fact, the ultimate goal would be for Hyakkimaru to just completely give up all his other limbs and senses again, and maybe even die, so that the people can live their best lives, right? So, I definitely like that they forced this decision onto not only, well, in this case, it's only really forced onto Tahoumaru, right? But in a way, I feel like if we as the audience were to put ourselves in this situation, I don't know, it's really hard to imagine what we will do, right? I mean, it's easy right now to sympathize with the main character, the protagonist, with Hyakkimaru and Dororo, and say, oh, this is just too cruel, it's immoral. But again, you got to think about this from a bigger perspective, a bigger picture, right? In fact, one thing that I will say, even though I really like this episode, one thing that I felt like they didn't really do enough is they didn't show the direct consequences of Hyakkimaru getting his body back, right? It's been indirectly referred to, saying that there's now a drought popping up, right? And war is brewing again, you know, this kind of thing. But we haven't really there's not really something to drive home the significance of this. Maybe I don't know, because this series has actually been progressing very well so far. Maybe they're saving it for later. In fact, maybe in the next few episodes we'll be seeing something like this. What I mean is, you know, just pointing out, if we were to do this before this whole confrontation, like maybe Daigo was trying to convince Tahoumaru, it'd be a simple case to say, look at that guy over there. If Hyakkimaru gets his body back, he is going to die from famine. Look at that guy over there. He is going to die from starvation. Look at that girl over there. She is going to be killed by marauding warriors from neighboring clans, right? And look at that baby over there. That baby is never going to be able to grow up and become an adult because that baby is going to die by, I don't know, starvation, right? So, you know, it really needs some kind of these examples to really drive home the gravity of the situation, and really to let us as viewers also feel, you know, even though I really want to support Hyakkimaru, is this actually the right thing, right? Because right now, from what we can see, it's only hinted at in the back of our minds, but we don't really see the direct consequences of Hyakkimaru's actions. So that's something that I really do hope that they can address in the next few episodes. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe they continuing on to adventuring, they're going to pass through some other village that is now starving and people are actually dying from that, right? And then we as an audience can really feel for the difficulty of this situation that Tahoumaru was put into. And I gotta say, I really applaud Tahoumaru. Like, I don't applaud his decision to, in the end, basically say, Hyakkimaru, you are a demon, I am going to kill you. You know, I really can't take sides on that one. But I will respect him for him actually making a decision, right? If it was me in that situation, I'd probably just want to hide. In all honesty, I don't want to make that decision. That decision is too hard. And to Tahoumaru's credit, he does, you know, at least compared with his father, with Daigo, we know that Daigo he has his own ambitions, right? From what we have seen from Tahoumaru so far, it seems that he really does feel that he is trying to do the right thing for his people. So, in this sense, I do believe that he's made his decision from a altruistic standpoint. So, at least he made a decision, right? So I can't fault him for that. Now, whether or not he's going to make the correct decision, whether or not this decision is, you know, is good or it's bad, that's really not for us to say. So, anyways, I really like that entire plot line there. And you know, I'm really curious as to how they are going to resolve this, right? Like I said, I would really love if they continue to explore this and really drive home the fact of it's one versus the many, right? But you know, you got to have a resolution at some point, right? You can keep on, you know, teasing us and, you know, putting more pressure on us, on our thoughts, through these kinds of methods, but in the end, you have to have a release valve for all this pressure, and I'm wondering what that actually is. I'm thinking maybe that it has to do with the goddess of mercy, right? From the, you know, the mom had been worshipping this goddess of mercy. The goddess of mercy protected Hyakkimaru from death, and right now I'm assuming that it's also the goddess of mercy that managed to bring down that wall and also, I guess, eliminate that demon, right? So, and now the statues, I think what we're supposed to get from the last scene with Biomaru holding the statue is that it originally had some kind of fused godly powers in there, and now it's gone. But that definitely means that there's still a goddess of mercy somewhere, right? In fact, if you know, if we're using like something more, I wouldn't even say modern, but more cheesy in a way. It might even be that now the goddess of mercy, as well as Hyakkimaru's mom, is the, guardian or protector spirit of Hyakkimaru. Harry Potter style, something like that, right? So there is that part as well. But in any case, I think that's all I really want to touch on for this episode. I really like that. Again, I really like that they use this kind of moral dilemma, and basically you could even say it's the central theme of this whole anime now. And so it's finally clear here in the 12th episode, and boy, I really am looking forward to how they resolve this one. Alright, so that was episode 12. This has been Mavry from Readings of Mavry. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.